man, Aries with 4 kills. Aries is on fire, my friend.
Poodle, 3 kills, taking down clockwise. This is just nuts.
Welcome to Bladecast TV, everybody. It's going to be a fantastic night. I am Calamity. I will not be hosting this. I did want to give a heartfelt thank you to Arcade Knight for helping our channel out, making that video, hyping us up. How you doing, Arcade?
I am wonderful.
Ooh, your mic has a bit of static there.
Oh my gosh, sorry guys.
Uh-oh. Well, things happen when we go live, so we'll figure this out. Anyways, I will post something in the Twitch chat for you to follow his Twitter and sub on his YouTube. Anyways, thanks a lot, Arcade. And you can go ahead and take it over, Ron.
Sure. Hello, everyone. This is Ron Burgundy, and tonight we have an excellent match coming up against OE against WK. So this will actually be a grudge match, if I'm not mistaken. This has already been played out earlier in the tournament, so tonight we'll have an opportunity to revisit who's top dog in the tournament here. So should be an exciting match. And as Calamity mentioned, with me is Arcade Knight, but for now we'll let you get your mic fixed up and whatnot. So going over some of the teams here. OE with their standard list, I believe. The infantry being Oodle, Vorn, and sorry, trying to get I need to get some server info here. But on range, they will be the old Matt and maybe Prime. I think I've seen him do range a couple times. We'll see if he's on that tonight. Aries will be leading up the cav as he is the clan leader, so sure. And the shot caller, so hopefully he'll do some good things for us tonight.
Hey, Ron, can you hear me? Ron?
Ah, yes.
Oh.
Excellent. Your mic is fixed up. You are good to go, man.
Well, great. The great Ron Burgundy. I was so happy to hear that you were going to be commentating with me tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know, I'm actually a fan of yours. I've watched several of the matches in which you hosted.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Yes. I've only done it a handful of times, but
You are the Ron Burgundy of Bladecast.
oh yes. Something
True.
like that. We'll
That smooth voice, man. Tell you what.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, it's nice having you with us. I don't actually very familiar with your channel. You want to go ahead and give the guys some information on what you're about?
Sure. You know, in case you don't know, you can go to YouTube, check me out, Arcade Knight. I do mainly Mountain Blade Warband, pretty much exclusively. And I try to take the game to the next level. It's just not me playing a game from beginning to end. I try to add a lot of role-play elements. I try to add, like, unique mods to the game. We play every single popular mod that's out there. And we do a lot of interaction with the community. So they're involved in the game. We have subscriber nights, actually. Some of the subscribers build their characters, and we plug them right into the game. So we just have a great time. We've got a great community there. So if you love role-playing, if you love Mountain Blade Warband, check us out, because we're just having a good time over there.
Oh, sounds like a lot of fun. So it's primarily single player, and you guys do a lot of mods and things, I imagine.
Yeah, primarily single player. That lends itself to role-playing a little bit easier than doing multiplayer, but you never know. We may get involved in some multiplayer, especially since, with all this Bladecast stuff going on. I think people get really excited about it.
Ah, sounds good. So have you watched many of these multiplayer matches here, some of the competitive scene?
I have, and I've got, I don't know, I like the West Knights. I've watched a few of their matches. I'm a fan of Cavalry. I like their strategy, but I'm worried because, it seems like the way the competitive scene's moving, it's more towards infantry and archers. And especially on those closed maps, one-eyed seems to have the advantage. So this is what they're both 4-1, right? So this is like the best of the best fighting it out today.
Oh yes, yes, it'll be a top tier game here. Really strong players coming out for both sides, so it should be a close one.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm especially curious to see what is it, Fort of Honor, because that's the closed map today. See how the West Knights do in that map. I'm particularly curious. You know, I was talking to Calamity right before the broadcast, and we were talking about that. You know, they said they really need to try to win as many sets as they can in that closed map if they expect to pull this off today.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see. They have been struggling a bit on the closed, obviously, because everyone knows, you know, WK is known for the cav play, the open maps, and of course the archers. So maybe we'll see some interesting 3 archer comps on closed or something. I don't know. Probably not. Not likely. It is going to be crossbow factions, so maybe a little bit less viable there. But you never know. They might mix it up a little bit to see if they're struggling in the infights. But
So Ron, there's a lot of hopefully new viewers today, and I wanted to kind of ask a few questions because, you know, I'm a new viewer to Bladecast as well, and especially on this screen that we're looking at right now, what do these keys and these crowns mean next to the players?
oh, okay. So the keys are gonna resemble the key players of the match. Before the match is done, a few of the guys on stream go ahead and try and pick out a couple guys that they think are going to be really important or they expect to do really well in the match and maybe tip the match in someone's favor. The crowns are going to be the team captains. So the guys who are organizing the scrims, getting everyone together, possibly shot calling. I think both of these team captains tend to do the shot calling for their teams, so they're kind of a pretty important element in the game. Good and bad shot calls can definitely have a big impact on what's going on in the match. So, I believe Calamity has been, pretty sure he's always been the shot caller for WK, so he has a lot of experience. They've done tournaments for, I'm not going to guess how many years because I can't remember, but it's been a while, much longer than OE. So the OE team with Ares leading them up has been more of a recent development in terms of the life cycle of Warband. So a little bit less experience, but he's got a great team behind it. So, you know, I believe in the Ares calls here. I think he can lead his team to a nice victory. So we'll see what happens.
You know, what makes One-Eyed so good? They've, from what I understand, they've only been playing for a short time compared to, say, West Knights. I mean, what makes them so good? What are their strategies?
Generally, they rely a lot on, well, they have some pretty good cav players. Some of which, like Can and Gorlock, are both pretty good cav players. So their ranged being Death Angel and generally Matt do quite well on the closed maps. So on closed, they like to push up with their infantry, which is kind of their, you know, the big thing that they're known for. Their infantry are, I think, generally perceived as potentially the best, although they did have an unfortunate loss to TK last week in a really close match. So we'll see what they do this week to kind of get back the rep and show that they are the dominant inf core. But a lot of the maps, they definitely look to press and take advantage with the infantry. So a little bit more difficult to do on the open.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised that they lost to TK because it seemed like it was two closed maps. It seemed like it was perfect for One-Eyed, and it was a really close match. I was really surprised that it could have gone either way, frankly. If they play that again, One-Eyed could probably take it.
Oh yeah, it was very, very close. TK ended up coming in clutch in the last map, but yeah, it was very intense. I'm expecting a similar thing to come up in today's match, so we'll see what happens. But WK has one of the differences. I think OE has a bit of a smaller roster, as WK has kind of a large roster. So You know, if they think someone's maybe underperforming a bit or someone doesn't think they're doing that well, they can always pull them out and bring in someone else. So it's kind of nice to have the reserves there if someone's having an off day.
Yeah. Create some competition within the team.
Yeah, a little bit. But these guys have been together for a long time for the most part. I mean, their newest member might have been, again, don't know for certain, but probably something like 3 years ago or so, in terms of what their team today looks like. So they've been together a long time, and they all know what to expect from one another. But OE has definitely shown that they have a similar kind of synergy in their infights, because they always push as a squad. Whenever you see them coming in, you know, you're always afraid of what they might do. You gotta be on your game, otherwise they're gonna take you down real fast.
Yeah. So, yeah, what are the factions we're playing with to start off with? I don't know if they could switch the map up so we could look at that.
Oh yes. So first we will be here on Frosthaven with the Vaegirs and the Sarenids, both archer factions. So they tend to make for some interesting, a little bit more even matchups, but still Vaegirs tends to have a slight advantage just because the archers on Vaegirs are a bit stronger than the Serenid ones, and they can definitely take out Serenid horses pretty quick if they get some good shots. So slight edge to the Vaegir faction on this map, but Serenid Cav have a little bit more playmaking potential with those horses, so should be fairly even. When we move to Fort of Honor, it's going to be Swadia and the Rhodoks, so both the crossbow factions, reasonably strong infantry. Swadia, very strong cav, definitely the best faction for closed cav just because of those all pikes. So the long all pike drops are quite deadly, and they have really good heavy horses. So if you get ahead, it's a good way to secure your victory.
Yeah, you know, this last one, that's what I'm really looking forward to. It to really close the map, and you've got like two factions that are just like really great at, you know, close combat. I mean, well, I take it back. Swadia is more, of course, cavalry focused, but it's going to be interesting to see if the people who are playing Rhodoks are just going to completely sweep their sets with Swadia kind of focused on cavalry. I'm really curious to see how the West Knights do on that last map. It's going to be really interesting. They may be really struggling to pull it off at the end, so this may be they're fighting with their backs against the wall.
Yep, it should be good. Swadia has some really fast armor ups, so it makes, like, once they get ahead, it's hard for them to stop. But looks like we're about to get started here for the first map, Frosthaven. Going to be, as before mentioned, Vaegirs and Serenids, so we'll likely see some heavy cav comps with a couple archers. Yep, looks like OE has a 4-2-2, so 4 cav, 2 archers, 2 infantry. And WK is actually bringing in extra infantry this time, so that's a bit of a deviation from what most people do. So they have 2 archers, 3 infantry, 3 cav. Looks like they're pushing up now, looking to take the little wall here, the fort on the hill. A couple shots coming out. They're just a little bit of a standoff here, not really wanting to commit one way or another. Flag has just spawned towards the tower, so this is going to be probably where they fight. There's not really much else to go. Just taking shots. Maybe a little bit of cav skirmishing in the back. Alright, OE now making a move down off the tower. They're going to try and go for the flag. WK happily goes and takes the wall. A little bit of cav skirmishing. Always trying to get their archers back on the hill so they have some vantage points here. Infantry on the flight, get the flag up. Ooh, unfortunate dismount. A little bit early there. Onto Ares. Some good shots coming out.
Yeah, I would imagine if you're OE, you just want to stay in the high position as much as you can. I mean, that's the winning position, right?
Yep. They got to get their archers back on the hill, and they've got them up there now, but they got a cav harassing.
Oh.
And the infantry are about to push on the flag, so this is going to be trouble if OE can't have their archers shooting and WK has free reign. It's gonna be not too great for them. They got the flag halfway up. Crew with the first kill on Matt. Yeah, that was all. That's probably the longest time in the round I've seen with these two teams before someone died. They're really going for the flag here. All right, crash on the flag. Crew with kill on Noodle from the bump. Calamity takes out Can. Taking back the flag. Achilles takes on Gorlock, though. This is a bit of a slaughter here. WK taking on a lot of members. Just 3 guys up for OE. Oh, they get a shot back onto Wiley. Pressing him off the flag, taking out into the open field. Looks like Soda is sitting up on the hill taking some free shots, but heavily outnumbered in the infantry. Both go down. And they're going to press and see if they can take down Soda here. So, bit of an interesting round. The 3 infantry actually paid off pretty well for WK here. They waited until there was about 1 minute left, and then once they do the, all right, let's go to the flag, let's try and win the round rush, well, WK's got the extra inf, so if they're sitting on the flag, it's much easier for them to take down the other infantry with an outnumber. And the WK Cav did a great job of screening off the OE archers so that the inf could move up. Yeah, just well played by WK there.
Yep, they use the cavalry like they plan to.
Yep, they got up, got in the archer's face, really got themselves a nice advantage here. Looks like same comps. I don't see any comp differences. Kind of posturing for position here. Since the flag has spawned in the frozen lake, it can now spawn only in the other 2 flag spots. Looks like it spawned in the river now. So this is a favorable spot for OE. They have the little stone fort here, but looks like WK's moving in on the side. They want to take that fort. Leaving the archers up there can be really, really dangerous if you want to try and take that flag. And with the extra infantry, it's a bit easier to push in, take that tower. Cav are pretty worthless in that small spot there. So, oh, early kill on a Gorlock by Crew. Bit of Cav dueling going on towards the spawn. They're still looking for it. Still a little bit more dueling. But looks like WK is mostly pulled out. Oh, Crew with another kill onto Justin. That is not good. Losing 2 cav this early is really, really bad. And another kill onto Ares. WK is pushing into the tower. Big fight at the top of the tower. Let's see. 3 on 2 in the top, and there's another fight going on in the tower. Some shots coming out from the archers. Really bad TK there. That's really unfortunate. Kill onto Matt. That one is 8 on 3. Google manages to bring back a kill, but then is TK'd again. 2 TKs for Vorn that round. It's pretty unfortunate. And Kelk takes down Vorn. Almost a clean sweep there by WK. That's really, really nice play. We'll see what they do to bring it back this round. It's gonna be tough. WK, they've only lost 4 guys this whole time, so they've got some armor upgrades. Maybe some horse upgrades, I don't know. Generally, you don't see the Serenade heavy horses just because they're so expensive, but
So that really
doesn't look like there's any here.
So that must really come into effect. Getting the extra armor between rounds if you're doing better in that previous set. That really starts to come into effect later in that particular map. Am I right on that?
Yep. So at the end of the round, if you die, you lose all your gear and you get your round gold bonus. Default here is 500. So the next round, you have whatever gold you had remaining from the previous round plus that 500. If you die, you don't have any gear, so you have to buy everything yourself. You don't get to upgrade anything. But if you stay alive, it just deducts the upgrade cost, the difference between what you want to get and what you currently have.
Yeah. So yes, staying alive.
Get a bit of a snowball going there.
Absolutely.
Well, looks like we have a fight in the tower here. OE they're surrounded in the tower. They're not sure what to do there. The imp can't really do anything, and the cav and the archers are going off for WK. Lots of kills going down. And a clean sweep. Again, 3-0 for WK. This is a really impressive start. OE's going to have to do something magical to bring it back at this point with 2 kills in the end if you subtract those TKs. This is surprising. WK, I mean, everyone knows they're strong on open, but they're coming out super strong here today. That was a just completely dominant performance. Uh, and I've been corrected just for everyone who was listening extra careful. Wiley Sly is actually the caller for WK. So my mistake for saying Calamity was the caller. But now we have a little bit of time in between the rounds, so OE's going to have a moment to try and collect and see what they can do to come back from this. Because losing the first set to a clean 3-0 is obviously not looking good. Morale is going to be pretty low. They didn't get a single kill in that last round, so.
I mean, this is exactly what West Knights wanted to do. Make sure they take as many sets as they possibly can on the open map, preparing themselves for the close map, which they think is going to be the toughest part.
Yeah, for sure. It is kind of nice to have their favorable open map here first, because they kind of bring the morale into the second set. Well, I guess third and fourth set technically, but second map, knowing that they did really well on open. They only have to win a couple rounds to win the match. Just for any new viewers, the way the scoring works here is each set is going to be a first to 3. So whoever, once they get to 3 rounds won, then we do a faction swap. So they swap sides. And then it does another first to 3 and keep track of the total rounds counted there. We go to the second map, which has the third and fourth sets. Do the same thing there, and then your total number of rounds won will determine who wins the match. So it is possible to have ties with this rule set as well. There are no current tiebreakers, but generally what you do if you're in kind of a single elim part of the tournament, and it's like you don't want to have ties in the scoreboard, you can just pick up a third map of some sort. Generally determined by random or by committee or something, not by the actual teams. Bit of a change from the old days. In the old days, you always dueled for the maps, and whoever dueled got the first pick. But bit of a silly rule in the end, because it doesn't really, dueling doesn't really have an impact on the actual battle game mode. So decided to change that up in the future tournaments. So for a while now, we've had these fixtures set up at the beginning of the week. You have any other questions, though, about the format or the teams? What's going on here?
Yeah, well, actually, it felt like you were like in the future, because I think I have a delay over here. So you were seeing things before I saw them happen. I don't know if the team could help me out on that a little bit. But I think I have a bit of a delay.
Oh, okay. Oh, in the actual stream, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
So currently, I'm actually spectating in the map itself instead of using the stream. So I think there is a bit of a delay on the stream.
Someone could do it.
Okay, yeah,
Best
I'll
way
get
to
you
do
some.
that.
I'll get you some server info here. We can
Okay,
get you
great.
in on the game, so that way it's not too much of a delay. Hopefully, there's not much of a delay on the stream. I don't actually know what the delay time is, but should be able to do that here. Looks like we're still waiting a bit before continuing on with the Serenade Beggar swap here.
I've seen One Eye. They perform really well with Serenade Cavalry. We could see they could surprise us in this one, though. I wouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah, no, they could bring it around. Serenade Cav are very, very powerful if you know how to use them. That extra maneuverability makes it incredibly difficult to duel them or to shoot them or anything. So they can kind of get all over if they're not contained. It's going to be up to the WK archers to take down those horses or their riders before it becomes an issue. Can be kind of interesting as well on the flags. If you're actually fighting on the flags, the Serenade horses, while maneuverable, they don't quite have the bump power or the hit points to take a lot of extra hits. So if they get stopped or something by an inf on the flag, most likely the horse will go down and the rider with it. So it's a bit more risky, but definitely has a really high payoff. But we could definitely see some good cav play here from OE. Maybe even, I don't know, a swap in comps. I think seems like most teams have been sticking with the same comps for their general strategy on the maps, so it'd be interesting to see a bit of a mix-up there, but hasn't happened just yet. From the streams you've watched, has there been any players that have kind of caught your eye? Or mostly just WK as a team? They're a pretty good team.
I've watched a lot of WK. I watched a lot of One Eyed. Watched a lot of Turtle Knights. I just love how One Eyed is such a team. Them with their infantry, they just move through the alleyways so tightly. They really take on a lot of 2-on-1 matchups. You never see their guys kind of left out. So I just enjoy the team aspect of One Eye so much.
Yep, there is a lot of... That is kind of the big draw in the end of multiplayer. You can do a little bit for the personal glory, you know, to show off your skills and carry the team, but a lot of the fun and the excitement, a lot of the difficulty comes from the team coordination and the calls and whatnot to make sure that everyone's got each other's back and you do not get taken out by yourself. So something both of these teams have shown that they have really high prowess in.
No doubt. They both are great at coordination. But there's nothing better when you see the infantry engage and all of a sudden their cav comes to the flank just in time to kind of save them and just kind of win it out, you know, that way. I think that's some of the most exciting things we see.
Yep. All right, looks like we're getting started here. So, for comps, WK they're going to stick with this 3 infantry. They've been liking the 3 infantry. OE, on the other hand, probably still sticking with the 4-2-2. No, they've mixed it up. They brought in the 3rd archer. So, we'll see what they can do here. The only problem with doing the 3 archers on Serenad's side is the Vaegar's got the hunter horses. The hunter horses can take a lot of regular arrows, so the Serenad archers are going to be looking to actually just take the rider off the horse rather than take down the horse. But the Vaegar's, their bows have a little bit extra damage, and the Serenad horses are a little bit weaker, so can be a valid option to just take down the horse and make the rider run over to the flag. Alright, looks like we have a flag spawn here out in the frozen lake. OE moving to take the stone tower. And WK, looks like they're going to be coming from the central village. With the 3 infantry, they'll probably be looking to actually press the tower here. They want to take the fight to OE. They do not want to get split out and let those 3 archers start working.
Yeah, definitely with 3 archers holding the tower down, they've got the advantage right now, it seems.
Yep, they got a couple guys, 1 at the tree, 2 at the fort. It's gonna be really hard for them to push in here.
Yeah, Udo protecting right there. Yep, they've got a really nice position.
Looks like WK is going for a little bit of a split. Oh, a nice shot by Achilles on the archer and tower there. They're going to try and push up and maybe utilize the cav a bit to screen for him, but time is ticking down here. 45 seconds. Infantry are moving in a little bit. Posturing.
All right. Has some cav trying to flank, but it doesn't seem like they can get through.
They've got pretty good pressure from the Serenad cav. Oh, an unfortunate stop. The horse and couched. Yep, that's what happens. That was really good execution by OE there. A lot of clean hits. We got some dismounts on the flag. Oh boy, this is where it gets interesting. Bit of cheese here from WK trying to just steal the flag. 12 seconds. We'll see if it pays off. Go for a few dismounts and get the flag up. Oh, but they got split up and now they're getting taken down. OE is not given any quarter here. 2 guys left. Looks like only Death Angel died there. Oh, unfortunate. It's a silly TK onto Gorlock there, but it should be alright. Not too much for the Serenade Cab to upgrade in the end, except for maybe some shields or a nicer helmet. But WK a bit out of their element there. They kind of waited to pull the trigger because they were in a bit of a poor spot, trying to push with those infantry. And then when they finally go in for the push, you know, there's no time left. Alright, we are back now, everyone.
We
Sorry
are
about
back.
that.
Fantastic.
Looks like TS took a bit of a dump there. We were disconnected, but now we're back in here. Sorry about that. In the meantime, nope, 3 on 4. 3 on 4. OE. Oh, bringing it back. 2 quick kills there by Justin. That's nice. It was a good dismount by the archer. Actually, might have been a friendly archer taking out his own horse, his own teammate's horse. And OE cleans up the round. Oh boy, this is looking like OE striking back, looking for the 3-0 to tie it up on open. This is not what WK ordered today.
Seems like the Serenade Cavalry's making the difference. I'm telling you, on this map, the last map is that's going to be tough for West Knights if they can't pull off at least one win somewhere in this set.
Yeah, they need to get around here. Make it a little bit easier for themselves on closed, but they're still sticking with the same loadout: 3 infantry, 2 archers. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. They've got Robert in spec, and he's a pretty solid archer. They could try 3 archers, but maybe they haven't really been liking that very much with the flag mechanics and the spawns on this map. So,
how have you been noticing One-Eyed? Have they been doing a lot of adjustments?
seems like they definitely made that adjustment to 3 archers on this side, which has been working out great for them. Other than that, you know, it's been working for them, so they've been sticking with it.
Yeah.
They've been sticking together real well. The infantry, you know, isn't getting caught out by cav or anything silly like that. Their cav also have not died early in the rounds. I believe, you know, remembering back to the first set, they were losing 2 or even 3 guys in a couple of those rounds to some early cav dueling. And they kind of stopped doing that because it hasn't been working out as much. Then it's just hard to cav duel. Oh, moving in at the boat. Angel trying to get some shots on those infantry putting up the flag. But they've got Lagstro over here behind the boat holding. They moved an infantry over to help him. Oh, kill on a Wily from Gorlock. It's not looking good. They do have the flag up a good ways, so if they extend this round, they could potentially win by that, but OE is pressing in now. Maybe if they try and take out the infantry and keep them off the flag, but a bit of Cav fights going on. Archer's taking shots, Cav crashing on the flag, Can with a good hit on the Juve. Very nice couch there. Justin takes out Calamity. Finally, Crew takes down Oodle, but they really got to kill some more guys here. Crew with another kill on the Can. It's been headshot. Just one left. A slew of kills there for OE. There it is.
Wow.
A lot of headshots coming out at the end of that round. And the clean sweep right back to tie it up. And so the momentum has shifted.
Yep.
We'll see. I mean, WK certainly isn't bad on closed. I think they're just fine there, but you know, obviously not quite their point of prowess generally. So we'll see if they can turn that around this time.
Yeah, they could completely surprise us. I'm curious to see how they play the Nords in this one.
Well, it will actually be
I'm sorry,
Rodox
the
and Swadia,
Rodox.
so
Yeah,
yes.
Rodox.
Unfortunately, no Nords today.
But
But
on the closed map, that would.
we do have a lovely map intro for this map, so we can go ahead and roll that. Everyone can take a look.
To know who's who
Oh yeah.
doing it this way.
Yeah, spectator mod's a nice thing to have for this, but we are back, ladies and gentlemen. So we're here on Fort of Honor. I hope you all enjoyed the map intro. Got to see some of the spawn points and the flag spawns, so have a little bit of an idea of what's gonna be going on, what the teams are gonna fight over. A few of the key spots on this map for the flags, as shown, are going to be the graveyard, the center of the map, and over by the let's see, what's a good thing to call it? Kind of by the well in the corner. So a bit more of a flags are kind of organized in a linear way, but each team has good access to one spawn, and then the middle spawn is a bit more contested. So we'll see how the teams choose to fight over that. There's a few different alleys on this map as well, so you can definitely push in a couple different directions. Try out a few different compositions, maybe.
How much action do you think we're going to get on those two bridges today?
Oh, it should be good. I don't think... Generally, they don't fight on the bridges as much. It's more... a lot of the time, since the flags are a little bit further away, they tend to pull off, and then there's just a big inf brawl on the flags. That happens pretty much every time. That way the Cav can kind of come in and provide some support. There's a lot of sneaky corners and things for archers too, so, or in this case crossbows. They can peek around the corner, get a nice headshot, maybe when no one's looking. It's really hard to keep track of them because of that. But both of these factions here, as we previewed a little bit earlier in the stream, but should be somewhat evenly matched here on closed. Rodok has a bit stronger infantry, but the Swadia has the Cav with the long all pikes. So in the loadouts, a lot of the Cav prefer to have the long all pikes because they have a really nice hit, swing, thrust time. So lances normally take a little while to connect with your target, but if you've got that all pike on a horse, it just swings almost instantly. So it makes it really deadly and allows Cav to actually be somewhat deadly even if they're sitting still. So a lot of times against the Cav, you know, you just want to tie them up a bit, make it so they're not moving, so their lances are useless. But Long pikes don't quite have that problem. So we'll see what looks like OE is going to be starting Swadia this time. So what kind of impact their cav is going to have on these big melees.
What's your prediction on how much cav they're going to bring in this?
I would expect OE to bring in 2 of their cav players. So they'll probably have Can and Gorlock here, bringing out the cav, and I'm fairly certain they will both be getting the long all pikes because they're heavily favored by most players.
I think West Knights will do about the same, yeah.
Yep, they'll probably do something similar. It can be good on Rodox to actually do a 5 infantry composition, but since WK really wants to try and leverage their cav and their range, they probably won't go there. We'll probably see 4-2-2 yet again. It's a good balanced loadout with 4 infantry, 2 cav, 2 archers here. So allows you to get a little bit of both the support classes, even if someone goes down, and you still have enough infantry to win the brawl on the flag, and to pressure the crossbows.
Yeah, I mean, so you say you're one of these, top warband players. You're playing cavalry on this map. I mean, what's your thought going in? I mean, where's your entry point? What are you trying to do right off the bat to kind of get an advantage?
So personally, what I like to do, and seemingly what a lot of people like to do, is early on in the round, try and have your cav scout a little bit, see where the enemy's going. Maybe you might be able to get a tactical advantage by moving to a different area, or if you see, because when you see where they're going, of course, you have a little bit better options on where you can move and where they can't move, how you can get in between them and their destination, the flag. But as cav in the infights, there's a few things you can do. Depending on what faction you are here, it's going to be a little bit easier for the Swadia cav to have big impact because of those long all pikes. But you want to be looking to support your infantry with some bumps. So you want to run your horse into a couple guys and try and hit them with a lance while you're doing that. Take out a few infantry. Maybe, depending on where the ranged are, you can kind of just harass them. Like, you'll just go up to that crossbow, you'll just look at him and be like, you're not going to shoot your crossbow, because if you try, I'm going to lance you. So they just, can have a little bit of a standoff there to tie up a few range units. But mostly, a lot of guys like to just, they're crashing in, they're trying to make their infantry win that fight. So they're fighting in, they're coming in behind, or maybe they're trying to come in between their infantry and knock over a couple guys and get a few lances.
Yeah, that's really interesting how they play that kind of support role, coming in, kind of tipping the advantage.
Yep, they don't do. There's not really much skirmishing going on, so a lot of the fights are going to revolve around that infantry core, and how your cav can come in and help your infantry get the numbers advantages is one of the big deciding factors of almost every fight, especially here on closed. It looks like we've crept up a little bit. The flag is spawned. Inf are a little, have a bit of a standoff again, waiting to see when the caller gives the go to push in. WK is a pretty nice spot here because they actually have the flag and they've pushed out into the open here, so always going to have to fight them with their backs out in the open. So as we talked about the cav are really looking to hit the backs of the infantry too if they're exposed. So if you have to look at those infantry on the flag, your back is exposed to the cav, so you got to be really aware what's going on. But here it is.
Yeah, huge skirmish right now. Yeah.
Yep, doing a bit of improv, and there's the cav.
Yep, there we go.
One quick lance early off at the beginning. Cav's getting out. A really unfortunate TK there on the crew, coming in to support his infantry.
Oh, they're trading right now, it seems.
Yep, kill on the can. OE making an impact, but Achilles gets a shot onto Ares. Yeah, that's always kind of mopped him up a bit there on the flag. That was unfortunate. Cav came in at a great time. There's still one guy left here. What can you do, man? Not too much, unfortunately. He got surrounded. Not much you can do against 3 guys there. Achilles in his own 3-on-1. But yeah, OE Cav had a really good start to that fight. There's a bit of skirmishing going on, and then they just came in to break open a hole. and in flood the OE infantry. It's also kind of interesting if you're fighting under those flags, it can be a bit obnoxious, but you know, the flags, like, they're right there for the players. They kind of block your view a bit. So if you're up in numbers, you can kind of hide what you're doing a little bit. If you're moving around the flag, it's hard for the cav to see what exactly they're doing, even as infantry, if the flags aren't up very high. But they're starting off the map just how they want to here. A really nice win, only losing 3 guys. One. I don't know.
Like
the TK was on WK's side there, so. Yeah.
Like they're taking a different route this time.
Yep, they're fighting up top. This is kind of interesting. Here. They're pushing in 2 sides, and this is just infighting everywhere. They're not very grouped. Just a brawl on the top. Crossbows are in it. Beer takes on Born.
Who can get the top of this tower?
Oh, Beer with another kill on the Prime, a double kill there. Fighting in the little hallway. Soda is surrounded and taken down. Wiley with 2 good kills.
Wow.
Lance into Matt's back. Or couldn't quite tell. A good sword hit on the can. Crew cleans up 2. Clean sweep.
Yeah, it seemed like 5 OE players just died all at once.
Yeah, that was... The end of that round was decisive. They got all their hits in right at the end there. After Beer got a few really critical kills there early in the round to give him the numbers advantage. Allowed him to surround some of the infantry up top. WK, they're, you know, this is it. This is the match where they kind of put themselves top of the leaderboards, so they're definitely not going to go down easy. It's also important that they took down Swadia after that round win, because Swadia, in the multiplayer setup, the mail armor that you could get, you can almost always get that after winning 1 round. So once Swadia gets that mail, they're much harder to take down. Looks like we've had an unfortunate set of drops, and Matt is without a shield for OE, so hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt them. Or maybe he wanted no shield. The extra bolts or something. Not very common for someone to go through the 20+ bolts, but guess you never know. Always looking to take the flag now and get a bit of a crossbow spread. WK's moving in. We'll see if they let him take the flag. I think they're going to try and hold him right here, not let him out of that archway.
It's like the 300, you know, holding in that ravine. Don't let anybody through.
Well, but they let him in the end.
Oh, they did. Why?
Here comes the cav. Oh, Can tries to come in, but he gets stopped by his teammate. Didn't quite move over in time. The heavy cav are rolling in.
Why do you think they moved out of that archway?
Crossbows have good shots. Born with 2 kills, double kill there. But he's taken down by Juve. Trades left and right. Crossbow's still shooting. Ares 2 kills. And it's just Achilles and Crew left. Crew's got that nice heavy horse. Now they take down Can, so consolation prize there. I expect they'll try and save this heavy horse. Not much you can do 2-on-5 unless, you know, more of a miracle kind of thing happening there. Oh, but they're sneaking around. Oh, the assassination, but he failed. Got a glance, but oh my goodness.
So he's just trying to hold off for this last 30 seconds to keep that horse, right?
Yeah. Crew is just gonna hide, run around the map, do whatever he's got to do. You want to keep that horse.
Oh yeah, that's a nice horse.
Yeah. The TK on the Oodle there.
Yeah, I don't think it's
didn't
gonna
cost him the round, but you know it might have cost him his mail armor. Again, it could be pretty critical.
Off.
Looks like he's gonna get away just fine.
Awesome.
Well, he's got 1 bolt just about in his neck there, but doesn't bother him too much. And we'll see. WK might try something a little bit more hectic, like what happened in that second round that they took the victory. It was just battles going on everywhere. It wasn't really a concentrated imp fight for most of the time. It allowed him to get a few good outnumber situations and some good kills. Ooh. Just setting up in the mid here for OE. WK is kind of pushing, a little bit disorganized here, but you know, they don't have to push in super early. OE just kind of lets them take the top. Like, does spawn for OE here in the corner. Gonna try and make WK bring their imp down. Fight him on the ground where those cav can have a big impact. Yeah, still a little bit of a standoff.
Yep,
No commit just yet. Alright, they're moving in. The cav hits.
Yep.
Really good hit and bump.
Really good angle coming
Justin.
in. Oh, they're called that corner too.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, the cav is stopped though.
Mm-hmm.
Now he gets out. Prime cuts down Beer, but Achille takes Can off his horse. More kills traded. 3-on-3 here. This is pretty close. Crossbows up for both sides. I think OE actually has 2 crossbows up. BBK puts himself in a 2-on-1. Try and give his team an advantage elsewhere. Ooh, good shot.
Get one.
Ooh, another
look like
hit
it's
on a
1-on-1.
soda. He didn't quite capitalize though. 3 1-on-1s. PPK finishes him off. And so does Juve. Achilles
Don't
trying
run.
to run a bit there. He's taking a few hits in his back. But Juve takes down Vorn. Oh my.
Oh, it all turned out.
This is crazy. I don't know what's happening these rounds. Like, it's just... That's like almost a clean sweep, and then WK takes a clean sweep, another almost clean sweep, and then that. There's a lot of chaos going on there, though. It seems like that's really been favoring WK. Those big coordinated inf brawls where everyone's like right next to each other. You know, the cav are coming in, knocking people over, giving them an advantage. But it didn't seem to be helping WK, so they've been doing these more chaotic pushes where they spread out a bit and try and occupy the crossbows, and then it's just been working for them. I don't know. It hasn't really been one thing in particular. I think Achilles got some good shots there when he stuck out on the side, and Juve managed to pick up a lot of kills to kind of save him the round there. If he hadn't picked those up, I don't think there's any way they were going to win that, because I think he might have killed... It was 3 or 4 people that round. Pretty nice. We got the graveyard spawn for the flags. So, WK has a nice advantage there. Always pushing up the mid. Crew kind of just cruising past him. Not really sure if he wants to go for a hit or not. They got the spears out, so that'd probably be a mistake, but no. Just goes. Oh wait, that was his team. Sorry guys. Not having the spectator mod here, I was like confused what was going on. No, always got the flag.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
It's in the graveyard.
Oh, this could be great. There's nowhere to run. This is going to end right
no,
here.
this is a boxed-in fight. The big horses are coming in. Each team has one heavy horse. Again, chaos fight. This is what WK wants, judging by their previous rounds.
It seems like if they can break up the cohesion of one eye, they can take the advantage.
Yeah.
There's veteran players, you know.
Crew's kind of occupying 2 guys over in the corner. Oh, but the fights aren't swinging their way this time. Matt takes out PBK, forces down. Can's dismounted, but there's a heavy horse right next to him. Spears fell from last round.
Great job. They really held their own in the graveyard. Amazing.
Yeah, there it is. Can picks up a couple kills with that long all pike, but Achilles is he's just running for it. He's got to save those stats, you know. Doesn't want to add another death to the scoreboard. But this round is assuredly going to go to OE. He's just drawing it out. See if they can chase him down.
Stat-wise, do we have some of the top players in the league playing today?
I believe so. I do not actually have those up at the moment, but I can certainly access them in just a moment here while we're waiting for this round to finish. Achilles is leading him on a merry chase.
I believe Cruz got, what, 64 kills this season so far, not counting this match.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm looking at the stats right now. That's
Okay.
36 deaths.
Yeah. Pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive.
That is a solid KD, and they've been playing a lot of the top teams too. So it's not like, there was a huge team mismatch where there's some newer guys up against the veterans, and they just managed to crush them. They've mostly been playing, the other veteran teams.
But you look at one-eyed Gorlock, 61 kills before this match and 24 deaths. I mean, that's
that's a good line of stats right there. Over a 2-to-1 KD is good, to say the least.
yeah. I imagine
it's not
so.
really something I would even expect of a lot of the top tier guys when you're playing against the other best teams. Of course, with the Warband multiplayer, a lot of the stat stuff doesn't quite show what some of the team members provide for their guys, whether it be like shielding or callouts or whatever. But it's not really a good way to quantify that. So we have what we have.
Sometimes those intangibles are just as important.
Yeah. Now, this match is just as close as last week's, if not even more so at this point. Down a single round. WK's got to win this. If they go 3-2 again, it's going to be a tie. But if OE takes this map, that's going to be it. So they got to limit OE to a single round at most to secure the victory.
Well, we knew going in it was going to be close. I mean, last time these two played, it was close match, and it seems like One Eye's been playing close matches for a while. So it seems like there's a lot of parity in the league right now.
Yeah, definitely towards the top. Those guys have all had really close matches against each other. There's no real clear standout. So we were looking to see if there might be one today, but still no. OE is only up a single round going into the last set. But WK's gonna have to prove themselves here on the close if they want to take it. Again, not really what they were looking to do today, but they could still do it. They could still take these guys down. If their Cav really does some overperforming here on the SWAD side, I could see it happening for sure. Because once again, the long all pikes on the Cav just super devastating if they get good hits on the infantry. But if OE plays it smart and they keep their infantry together, it's going to be a lot harder for that to happen. And I imagine that's what they're going to do because, well, that's what they've done all day today. Except for a couple of those rounds that WK took away from them.
Imagine they're going to stay with the two Cav. One Eye.
Yeah, it seems like they've been liking these the balanced comps. So that's what most teams tend to do. Not too surprising, but was kind of hoping there'd be something different, just to spice it up a little bit. But we'll see. Let's see here. What is WK's loadout looking like? Oh, WK has 5 infantry. No, 6 infantry, 1 cav. Okay. Now this is different. I have not seen this.
That's going to be interesting. They made some adjustments.
Yep, that's definitely uncommon. I don't think I've ever seen that especially for SWADs on this. Generally the Cav are a big deal for the SWADs in these kind of closed maps, but we'll see what they do with it. Looks like OE. What do they got for a comp here? They got the standard, I think. Yeah.
What do you think the West Knights are hoping that extra infantry is going to do for it?
I guess they really want to put the pressure on in these infights and see if they can just, once they get those 2-on-1s, just take it to them. Maybe they don't want the range to shoot at all and they're just going to push right in. Looks like that's what they're trying to do. Taking away the OE crossbows, trying to put them into melee. That way it's just straight out brawl. They've got 1 crossbow, maybe taking a couple shots. Oh, PPK, that's a costly mistake. We'll take him down early because he drops his shield. Very Ace takes down Juve. Not looking good for WK here. Can takes out the Cav. And we're still brawling here. Gorlock takes down Beer. Yeah, this is looking a bit disastrous.
Seemed like the shot was up this time.
With a double kill.
Oh,
Achilles takes one
goodness.
down, but
Yeah,
doesn't have much
Oodle.
opportunity to do stuff this fight. Looked like Gorlock might have been just holding him off, and he cleans him up. And that was... It didn't seem like that strategy was really paying off for him. I think the OEM definitely took the numbers there, even though they were outnumbered to begin with. Like, they got the early kills. That early kill on a PPK was probably pretty costly there. He's one of the standout imp of WK. WK, let's see. They want to do this. They're sticking with the comp. They believe that this is what they want to do. So we'll see what they can do with it. I don't know. I'm a bit speculative at this point. That last round went pretty poorly. I'm not sure what they're gonna change up really in these infights to actually win it. I mean, I guess you always want your infantry to try and stay alive as long as they can. But when you're relying on your infantry to actually win the engagement, they got to take a couple risks. Alright, spawns in Graveyard. Should be a little bit better for WK with a large infantry count. Cav are kind of hard to play with all the obstacles in there, so keeping your horse at a high speed to get a bump is not as easy. And for pushing in, no fear here for WK. Now they're just moving right in on the flag. Crew's coming in the back alley. Move the bump. Take some kill. So the brawl begins. Both the Cavs cycling in for OE.
Oodle's having a
Takes on
pretty good
Juve,
match.
the hit to
late.
the back.
Wow,
Runs
yeah.
out Wiley.
That's 3
Oodle,
kills, 4
quadruple
kills for
kill.
Oodle.
All right, that's one way to win the round. Only 2 left. WK here.
Well, that's how Oodle finished the last one. He's on a tear right now. It's crazy.
Takes down another one.
Wow.
And Bourne takes out Achilles. And WK, they gotta change something here. I don't think they're gonna... I don't see any way for them to win these infights now. Not only are they... appear to have been outmatched in that, but the armor up is gonna be pretty severe at this point.
Back's against the wall right now.
Yeah.
Had they switched
2
it up?
crossbows in instead of the 6 imp, so they still got 5 infantry though. I'm still not convinced that's gonna work. I feel like their closed map cav should be pretty decent with long haul pikes, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm sure these guys have tried it out a bit, so moving left, hoping for the spawn near the well. Going up top. And it spawns for him, so with the extra infantry and otherwise ground personnel, 1 cav to 2, taking the fight up top gives you a numbers advantage, assuming your cav doesn't get caught out or anything. Always wrapping around through the spawn, though. Looks like WK has 1 crossbow shooting from mid. I'm not sure where the other one went. He's out looking mid, I think. He's in a duel against Soda. See who wins that. Just straight up one-on-one. Ooh, Achilles. Excellent shot. And the Imper's still in a stare down. Yeah, looks like Achilles went over to help Lagstro in that duel against Soda. Got the nice headshot. Horse goes down. Oh, he's playing this a little bit sloppy. They got no cav up. Going for the brawl on the flag. That's what's been winning the rounds. Oh, Juve. Juve's TK and a Wiley. That's not... And Juve goes down. 3 kills. 3 quick kills here for OE. Let's see what Crew can do. I believe Crew. Kill some of them. There it is. Yeah, he's shot off his horse. 3 on 6. Looking pretty grim here. There goes Calc. It's just Lagstro. And there it is. That is the end of the game. All right. Well, that was looking pretty close. WK kept it nice and close in the first set of this closed map, but OE really asserted dominance. Rodok side. Infantry winning all those fights.
I mean, what did it say about OE now that they beat West Knights twice, right?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, definitely puts them ahead in this tournament. They definitely seem to be the stronger team. They took the closed like they expected, and they actually held their own in the open, which was, kind of surprising. WK tends to do really well on the open maps, so 3-0s for Serenid faction on both sides is kind of interesting. I honestly thought Vega would be the strongest faction there, and when I've done a lot of the scrims and whatnot, that's kind of been the case, but so it is.
Yeah, it really came down to the Fort of Honor because I mean they split it on the first maps. Bulls map decided it.
All right, so probably take this moment to go through some of our sponsors here, as always. Big thanks to the sponsors, the providing servers and prizes and whatnot for the teams. It's a great way to get more people involved in the community. So we got G Fuel, Logitech, Tail Worlds, Mark Mods, Jest servers, Colradian servers, and Steel Series. So thanks to them. Everyone watching, go ahead and check these guys out. They're doing a nice thing by helping us out in this tournament here. And big thanks to you, Arcade Knight, for checking out the stream and providing a new perspective. I think generally when we do this, it's it's kind of the same thing because it's just a lot of the veteran players who know everything that's going on. So having a different perspective it's a nice thing to have in these.
Yeah, I had a great time. Thank you, Ron Burgundy, for guiding me through all of this. And I felt particularly happy to see two of the best teams in the league fight it out. So this is truly exciting for me.
Yeah, it was a good match. One of the better ones so far here. A lot of these top team matches, they keep being super close. So one of the more entertaining tournaments that I've been a part of. So granted, not necessarily with my team yet, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there coming up. I think we might. I don't know if we have a interview or not with the victor this time. I think we had that last time. Oh, sorry, what was that? No interview this time. All right. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. OE taking the victory up 4 rounds. Got to do some quick math in my head there. I'm pretty sure it's 9-5, right? Yeah. So a good match for sure. We'll see what WK tries to do later once this tournament gets to single elim. We're just in the kind of like not really the round robin, but the latter portion of this. So everyone's kind of fighting to get into the single elim rounds with the top 8 teams moving into single elim. Then obviously once we go through the single elim tournaments, whoever wins the regional gets to play up against the EU regional winner for the tournament title. So we'll see. Looks like WK, they were pretty strong in the open at first, but they've got a little bit of work to do. I definitely think they can come back and do it, but we'll see. Hopefully they can change up a few things maybe. Whatever it might be, give them a bit more of an edge against some of these closed map focused teams, and that way, even if they don't do as well on the closed, if they just crush them in the open, doesn't matter too much. But they did a pretty good job on Rodok's side. I mean, those were some close rounds, but it seemed like Rodok had, WK wasn't really rocking the 2 cav at the end there, so Rodok's had a bit of an advantage on a closed map with the strong infantry. So
yeah, and I'd love to talk to them and see what their thought process was, what the team was saying between those rounds exactly. What was the decision there?
Yeah. Can be good to give an insight there, but unfortunately we don't have that this time. But perhaps next time. But thanks again, Arcade Knight, for joining us. Nice having you on. Now, you have any other shout-outs or anything you want to do for some of your followers, perhaps?
Oh no, I just thank everybody for joining the stream. I really appreciate it, and I see a lot of longtime subscribers in the Twitch comment section. So appreciate you guys. And I just want to thank the whole Bladecast team. I had a great time, and I look forward to doing this again and watching more of this competitive warband.
All right. Sounds good to me. Hopefully that will happen again in the short future. Should be some more great matches coming up in the coming weeks. Once we hit that single elim, the pressure will be on.
Oh yeah, that's going to be the really exciting time. Can't wait.
All right. Anything else for us to clean up, deafening? All right. Thanks for joining and watching, everyone. This is Ron Burgundy signing off. You stay classy, San Diego.